History has taught us this. Beyond Ukraine, the Russian threat is there and affects the countries of Europe, affects us.
As Washington pulls back support for Ukraine, European leaders are racing to fill the gap, with France and the UK spearheading a bold effort to bolster Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Emmanuel Macron has unveiled a daring plan to rally a coalition of European nations ready to deploy forces and secure a fragile peace, while Keir Starmer pours UK funds into keeping Kyiv afloat. But the question burns. Can Europe rise where the US retreats, or is this a frantic bid to save a sinking ship?
Once peace is signed, so that Ukraine is not invaded by Russia again, we must prepare for it. This will certainly involve long-term support for the Ukrainian army. It may also involve the deployment of European forces. These would not go to fight today. They would not go to fight on the front line, but they would be there, on the contrary, once the peace is signed, to guarantee its full respect.
With Ukraine's defenses faltering and Russia looming, the EU is stepping up, offering military and strategic lifelines to shield Kyiv from future threats as US resolve weakens.
Starting next week, we will bring together in Paris the chiefs of staff of the countries that wish to take their responsibilities in this regard. This is a plan for a solid, lasting, verifiable peace, which we have prepared with the Ukrainians and several other European partners, and which I defended in the United States 15 days ago and across Europe. And I want to believe that the United States will remain at our side.
Macron's call harks back to a coalition of the willing, now reimagined as a European force poised to guard a battered Ukraine. His tone bites, America's allegiance is shaky, and Europe must steel itself for abandonment, a challenge to the EU to act or let Ukraine fall. Starmer fuels Kyiv with cash, while French Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu vows to offset Washington's intelligence pause, keeping vital data flowing to Ukraine. Yet Europe's scramble reveals a continent rattled, cobbling together a plan as US influence fades, Starmer's money and Macron's muscle in a high-stakes gamble. Doubts linger. Can untested European peacekeepers deter Russia? Can France and the UK match America's raw power? Next week's Paris summit will test Europe's grit as chiefs of staff forge this verifiable peace, a hedge against US withdrawal, with Zelensky's fate hanging in the balance. For Ukraine's leader, facing a Russian juggernaut with America sidelined, Europe's rush might be his last shot, or a brittle promise destined to crack. The clock ticks on.